in the early stages of an ongoing series of videos designed to methodically walk us through into new ways of thinking and believing in a few short months. It's not a quick fix, but there is guaranteed outcome for diligent, sustained, intentional work and focusing on what you're focusing on. So if you are like, get to the change already, I get it. But that's just the point. Change comes by sustained thought and attention in slow and steady increments. We'll be at this a while, so take the small next little step of awareness or assignment as it comes, not trying to rush to the bottom line. That's what culture does. That's not the way true change, nor the Lord, works. Galatians 6:9 tells us to not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we'll reap a harvest. Of course, this is the good of telling others about the amazing provision in Jesus, but it applies to all good things as well. Just keep at it and you'll get there eventually. Today, I just wanted to equip you with how our thoughts and beliefs can come to be. This is a very general overview, but for our purposes, the most deeply formed neural pathways come when a substance called myelin is most pronounced in our body. It is there significantly to age 6 or 7, and then again during puberty, because hormones are key to the production of myelin. That is why childhood is so incredibly formative in terms of what we think and feel, because there's such massive electrical activity wiring our brains at those ages. It's why we're still talking about our childhoods well into our 40s and 50s, even though we've had so much other life between childhood and then. It's the fundamental formation of our actual brain. For our purposes, just know this. Your most deeply held beliefs, fears, joys, preferences, prejudices, dreams, and basic understandings were formed in childhood, adolescence, or by sustained context and exposure. By way of example, if you were taught at age 5 that the color green is bad, you would actually have that embedded in your personality. As a child, you might cry or run when seeing green, or might yell at someone who is wearing something green. But if at age 25, you were taught that the color green is bad, you would likely have lots of other thoughts around it as well, and not just inculcated immediately. But if at age 35, you were put in a thought control experiment where the sole intention was to indoctrinate you with the idea that the color green is bad, you can see how that would take a lot more time than simply introducing that idea to a 5-year-old. Bottom line, our deepest and most real thoughts and beliefs are formed in childhood, during adolescence, or through a sustained context of ongoing exposure to them. They become our resting narrative, the patterns we live in, even our personality characteristics. We actually think and feel that way. Green as bad is not just learned as an idea when at 5, or if it was reinforced every day in your life for 5 years into your 20s by someone who is important to you. As well, if there was emotional intensity around a belief, it is as though it gets practically seared in you. I had a client this week describe as a teenager working really hard on a task for his parent, excited for her to celebrate his hard work and diligence. When she came in from outside to behold his labor, the only thing she spoke was that some other area needed clean. He can feel the searing nature of that moment and comment even now, in that his belief came to be, nothing I do will ever be good enough. We are working on why, as a successful, loving adult, spouse, father, and leader, he doesn't ever feel good enough, even though others affirm that routinely. It's the power of that doggone neural pathway formed in emotional intensity. I have a distinct memory of accidentally sneezing into my soup as a child, and a parent erupting in anger, following it with a shameful statement about what a pain in the rear I was. It has taken a lot of work to replace that and believe that I am actually just a human who makes mistakes, as well as a true blessing to others. Why? Because I was very young. The formative electrical activity was massive at that time of brain development, and also because it was an emotionally intense experience. I was shamed. So how is this knowledge helpful to you? Your most vivid memories hold critical keys to your most deeply held beliefs. It's the vividity of a memory that is the biggest, that formed something in you. That's what it's telling you, not the obvious ones. Vividity is the billboard screaming something big happened in you in this memory. So again, we work from the place of discovering what that was and move into, okay then, what do I actually want to think, feel, and believe instead of that? Remember, it will align with godly truth. It must be based in reality. It will bring freedom, hope, or life in some way, and it will release you to be more able to live in peace and confidence. Speak that new truth out loud. Even right now, seriously, hear yourself say it. I'm a human that makes mistakes as well as a true blessing to others. Oh, and I'm doing fine at making helpful videos. Keep going. Do not become weary in doing this good.